Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be going over my current concealer routine. This is what I've been doing underneath the eyes in order to not only completely conceal, but to allow the concealer to last and look great all day long. I love to film these videos at least once a year because my routine does tend to change over time. As with anything, I either find new products or new ways of doing things that work better than the last. And so when that happens, I like to sit down, film everything focused around this, and then that way you guys have the information all in one spot, all in one video, instead of me kind of sprinkling it out throughout different videos, you know? So let's get started. Before anything, what I have been doing underneath the eyes is prepping them a little bit better. For me personally, that means using a primer, whether it be an eyeshadow primer like the Milani eyeshadow primer that I showed you guys in my last video when I was updating you about my routine. Lately though, it's been this airbrush primer from Hourglass. I use this all over the face and I always bring it up to the under eye area. Not only is it great for the face for prepping before foundation, but it is also really good underneath the eyes. It has this really nice powdery finish, but without like a hydrating powdery finish. It's not going to make you look excessively dry underneath the eyes. It's not going to make you look cakey. It just really gives you this nice softness underneath the eyes, and of course all over the face as well. And it allows everything to just lie on top of it looking really nice and smooth. So I usually just do one pump. Of course, this is going all over the face, here around the sides of my nose, and then I bring it up to the under eye area, just very gently. And I usually just give it about a minute to set, and then I start with all of my other products. While I wait for that to set underneath the eyes, that's when I'll go in with foundation. So let me take care of that and I'll come back for the rest. All right, foundation is on, primer is absolutely ready to go underneath the eyes. Next thing is color correcting. You have to color correct. If you have darkness underneath the eyes like I do, or anything even deeper than I do, you are gonna need to color correct in order to get the most out of your concealers. I know I say this every time, but it is so true. As soon as you find a good neutralizing color corrector, something that is going to help level out the pigment underneath the eyes, you're good to go. It's like you barely need any coverage after that, so you're not going to need a whole lot of concealer. If you go straight into concealing and not color correct, you're just going to end up needing more concealer, which is of course going to look heavier. It's going to settle more underneath the eyes. And if you do end up using more concealer, then you're going to need to use more setting powder in order to lock it in. And it's just like, you know, it just snowballs after that, and it does not look good at all. So make sure that you're using a color corrector. Some of my personal favorites are the Becca and Smashbox Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I use the shade Medium, looks like this. I also use the one from Beauty Pie. It is their Super Luminous Brightening Corrector. In that I use medium to deep. The one that we're going to be using for today's demonstration is one of my favorite, another one of my favorites. This is from Sigma. It is their new Spectrum Color Correcting Duo. This particular one is in the shade Medium Dark. They also have 3 other ones, so 2 lighter, this one, and then a deeper one, I believe. I love the fact that these come with 2 different shades, because that way we are able to customize the shade depending on our complexion. So I'm going to grab a little bit of both, just very little. It is super pigmented, so you don't need a lot at all. And I'm going to use this mirror, actually. It comes with a tiny little mirror. Love it. And I'm only going to be concentrating the corrector here along the inner corner of the eye. For me, the inner corner, that is the deepest area underneath the eyes. Like that's where all of my darkness tends to be. So that is why I'm only going to be concentrating the product right here. Now I know that there are people who have darkness from the inner corner all the way to the outer corner. So of course, if that is you, you are going to want to color correct completely. But keeping it strictly to the areas that need it is going to help limiting the amount of product that we're using. And you see that everything is nice and neutralized underneath the eyes. The darkness is definitely toned down, so I don't need a lot of concealer now. For concealer, I've been using 2 different shades of the Tarte Shape Tape since I am kind of in between right now. So I use medium honey and light medium honey. I just use a little bit of both. Instead of putting it directly underneath the eyes, I'm just going to put it to the back of my hand. So there's medium honey, and then just a little bit of light medium honey. And that is truly all you need, especially with this concealer. Then I mix them together to look like this. And then I grab an eyeshadow blending brush. This technique I just recently learned from Jamie Greenberg. She's a celebrity makeup artist. She goes by Jamie Makeup on both Instagram and TikTok. I'll link her down below. She has so many good makeup tips, so definitely check her out. And I learned this one while doing a TikTok hacks video, which is my previous video. I've been doing this ever since, and it is truly amazing. It's so amazing. So I take my small tapered blending brush, and it doesn't have to be this one specifically. This one's from Sigma. I love this brush. I love all their brushes, honestly. But it could be any eyeshadow blending brush, okay? And then I take a little bit of the product that I placed on the back of my hand, just a little tiny bit. And you are going to concentrate this on the deeper areas underneath the eyes. So for me, once again, that's this inner corner here. And just very lightly glide it over the skin. The skin underneath the eyes is so delicate. It is truly, truly delicate. So you want to be nice and gentle. That's going to help our concealer blend better. It's going to look airbrushed. Like, that's truly the finish that this gives you. So I just take a little bit more. I apply it onto the outer corner, and then I'm dragging it in. And you can definitely build this up. So I'm going to take a tiny, tiny bit more and apply it here. Just like that. That's really all you need. I have quite a bit left over, as you can see, and I'm going to use that to conceal the other side. All right, so there it is, nice and blended. And of course, I personally like to set my under eye area. I always do, even when I use the Tarte Shape Tape. As long as I don't go heavy-handed, it's not gonna look dry. However, if you are dealing with a lot of texture or if you're dealing with dryness, Jamie Greenberg does recommend that we just apply a little bit of setting spray, and that's going to, of course, limit the amount of like dry product that you put underneath the eyes, and it's gonna avoid looking excessively crepey or excessively dry. I'm not dealing with that at the moment, so I am gonna grab a little bit of my Patrick Star One Size setting powder. This is the, what is it called? The Ultimate Setting Powder. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this powder with my tapered highlighter brush from Sigma Beauty. This is the F35. And that is what I'm going to use to set this in place. Now after setting powder, that is when I will set with setting spray. So now that I'm done, let me zoom you guys in so that you can get a closer look underneath the eyes. All right, so here we are, up close and personal. Not cakey, not heavy. And it's concealing really, really well. And of course, you guys know I have to show you what it looks like in natural lighting. That is what it looks like under natural lighting. Super light, hydrated, and concealed. So that is it, my loves. That is what I've been doing underneath the eyes in order to not only conceal, but also stay looking really nice and smooth and light underneath the eyes. So thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's video and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future videos. And also don't forget to follow me over on Instagram, where I absolutely love to interact with you guys. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye.